This is Braden's Adventures, the story of Margo and her dog, trick-or-treating. Amy went out trick-or-treating. She wanted to be with some friends, but she couldn't find no friends. So she saw Braden and his friends getting ready to go. And Amy asked, "Can I go trick-or-treating with you all?"
You can come trick-or-treat with us.
And so they all went trick-or-treating, house to house, trick-or-treat, trick-or-treat, getting a piece of candy here. And Amy had her little dog with her, just running along with her. And then they came to a house, and the house had Jason, Halloween, sitting there. And Amy inched up to him, and Margo was in her arm, and she reached over to get some candy, and Jason moved, and Margo jumped out of her hands and started running down the street. And Amy wanted to get a piece of candy, and she said, "Margo, wait, don't run, Margo." And all the other kids was getting their candy. So Amy passed the house where the little girl in the ring was standing in the window with blood on her face. And then she looked and she was so scared. And she was standing looking for Margo at every house. Then she came to the house where the skeletons were carrying the caskets in the front yard. And then she came to the house where the big sculpture of the skeleton moving his eyeballs, that just scared her. And she thought about Margo being so scared. And then she passed the house where the witch was a big, tall witch. And she was so scared for Margo, but she was scared for herself. But she still wanted to get some candy for trick-or-treat. And so she came to this house where she was running to get the candy. Now all the kids were walking up and down the street in their costumes, and Amy just felt so good. She was with her little friend, but she kept thinking about Margo.
Trick or treat!
The skeleton popped out of the barrel, and she ran up there, and she got her candy, and she was inching trying to get it. And the big skeleton with the black cape on popped up, and she ran back to the street, and she was looking for Margo. And she came to this haunted house, and she saw where someone said,
"Hey, there's Margo! I think Margo lives in a haunted house."
So they said no, but he went in there. So she walked up to the door. She opened the door. She saw all these stairs everywhere. She didn't know which stair to the top. And she saw all these doors. She heard all types of skeletons and hoo-hoos and witches and noises and Halloween. And she didn't know which door to take. So she heard Braden say,
"Amy, I think he's in number 4.
All right, get
and she looked up and she ran to door number 4. And she found door number 4 and she opened it up. And she was so scared because she kept hearing all these noises in all these other rooms. And she looked and she opened the door. She heard all these noises in the other room. And when she opened the door went. And she became so scared. She said, "Oh, I'm so scared." And then she looked in the door. She saw Margo. She pulled Margo out. When she pulled Margo out, the door was opening up. And all the creatures started coming out. And she was standing in the middle of the hallway. She didn't know which way to go. And she remembered Braden said, "When you get scared, close your eyes real tight. And when you open them back up." So she closed her eyes real tight, and she opened them back up, and guess what she saw? Everything had disappeared. So she held on to Margo, ran down the stairs, ran to the front door, opened the door, and ran out the door. And she saw all the other kids still trick-or-treating outside, having fun. She even saw the princess, and she said, "Oh, you're so pretty. Can you show me which way to go home? I'm so tired." And the princess took her and showed her which way to go home. And she went home with Margo, and they ate a piece of candy. And she got in the bed, and Margo got in this bed on the side of her, and they went to sleep. The end.